From 1799 to 1804, during the first 5 years of his rule, Napoleon focused his attention on rebuilding France. Some historians argue that Napoleon was the culmination of the French Revolution, the figure who gathered its scattered and often contradictory ideas and molded them into a functioning system. Others insist he ended the revolution and restored a form of enlightened despotism. Both views contain truth. Napoleon preserved many revolutionary reforms, yet also concentrated immense power in his own hands. Napoleon created several new elected offices and electoral systems, but none of them possessed real authority. The central institution of government was the Council of State, and within it, the only person with true power was Napoleon himself. He made the decisions, controlled appointments, and oversaw all major policies. The democratic machinery he established quickly became ceremonial, not functional. Domestically, Napoleon maintained order by establishing a centralized and powerful bureaucracy while also relying on a professionalized internal security system, including the use of secret police to monitor and control opposition. At the provincial level, Napoleon introduced the office of the prefect, an appointed official who governed each department under the direct supervision of the Ministry of the Interior. This allowed Napoleon to enforce his authority throughout France efficiently and uniformly. Napoleon also used the army to crush uprisings or resistances quickly. Within a short time, France, exhausted by a decade of chaos, experienced peace, order, and stability. One of Napoleon's most impressive early achievements was his ability to reconcile deeply divided factions within France. After years of civil war, purges, and political executions during the Revolution, the country remained fractured and unstable. Napoleon addressed this by offering a general amnesty to those who had fled France, allowing émigrés to return and reintegrate into society. He also opened government positions to individuals from a wide range of political and social backgrounds, including former Jacobins, moderate Republicans, ex-royalists, and nobles seeking rehabilitation. The only condition he required was loyalty to his regime. This inclusive approach helped unify France under his leadership and significantly reduced political hostility. Napoleon introduced a vast series of reforms that laid the foundations of the modern French state. He abolished hereditary privileges, local legal customs, guilds, provincial liberties, and the sale of public offices, fundamentally restructuring the French administrative system. In place of these older practices, all authority was concentrated in the hands of paid civil servants, whose positions were based on merit rather than birth. This transformation fulfilled one of the central early demands of the bourgeoisie during the Revolution: the opportunity to rise in government through ability and achievement rather than aristocratic status. Before Napoleon, taxes in France were collected by private or local officials who were assigned quotas and expected to extract payments, often through corrupt or coercive practices. Napoleon reformed this system by employing professional tax collectors, eliminating exemptions based on birth, title, or privilege, and establishing a regular national budget. These changes brought greater fairness and efficiency to taxation, created financial stability, and significantly increased the state's revenue. Napoleon's greatest legacy was his codification of French law, a reform that had been attempted by enlightened rulers since Hammurabi, but never so successfully. His legal experts produced 5 major law codes, the most famous of which is the Civil Code, commonly known as the Code Napoleon. The Napoleonic Code was one of Napoleon's most lasting reforms, characterized by several key features that reshaped the French legal system. Drawing heavily from Roman civil law, it established legal equality for all male citizens and guaranteed equal civil rights under the law. It also created a uniform legal system across France, replacing the patchwork of regional laws that had existed before. In doing so, it rejected local customary laws and inconsistent court precedents, insisting instead that all laws be grounded in reason and principles of natural justice. The Code. Napoleon remains the foundation of French civil law today, and its influence extends far beyond France. Even the Louisiana Civil Code in the United States retains direct ties to Napoleonic legal principles. Napoleon's reforms can be interpreted in 2 contrasting ways. On one hand, he can be seen as completing the French Revolution by institutionalizing key principles such as equality before the law, a merit-based system of government, and a rational, centralized administration. On the other hand, he can also be viewed as betraying the revolution by consolidating power in his own hands, establishing an autocratic regime, and limiting political participation, thereby undermining the revolutionary ideals of popular sovereignty and democratic governance. In truth, Napoleon blended the most effective ideas of the revolution with elements of the old regime's efficient administrative structure. By combining principles such as legal equality, merit-based advancement, and rational governance with centralized authority and disciplined bureaucracy, he created a government capable of producing a strong and stable nation, one that would soon dominate much of Europe.